A very wonderful moment once again with Dr. Robert Osoro at Romy TV Africa. Remember, this is Dr. Robert Osoro. Go to Facebook page, like Dr. Robert Osoro. Also, YouTube channel, subscribe Dr. Robert Osoro. Also, in Facebook page, like Romy TV Africa. And also in YouTube channel, Romy TV Africa. Go to Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Romy TV Africa. Close the line, Romy TV Africa and Dr. Robert Osoro. Let's go together with this journey. Today, I'm talking on the mistakes, especially women do make after the separation. One of the mistakes, because this has been like a routine that when any relationship or any marriage that which breaks up, when a woman that goes out of it, one of the mistakes that which they make, they go and maybe speak of the evil because they need that sympathy. They speak things that which were not, but that is not the case. I'm talking on the rights of the father of the children and the mother. This is where the case, these people were married, whether civil marriage, whether Christian marriage, all Muslim marriage, all traditional marriage, all come we stay. So long as it has gone beyond 6 months, that is your husband, that's your wife. Yes, the law is saying that it should be. Now they are trying to amend. Before it was, okay, they are trying to amend to be 6 months. It is at the risk higher. But now, the case comes like this. What are the mistakes that mostly, more especially the women that do make in most marriages, is that if there were children, women, when they do separate, number one, they intend to deny the rights of the children to be seen by their father. And this has been a routine. I've had many people asking me such a kind of a question that as a professional counseling psychologist, as a pastor, and to my capacity, that if in case your wife goes with the children or your husband goes with the children, what should one do? My answer is very simple. No one, whether the father of the children or the mother that go, has the right to deny each other children. For their father has the right, their mother has the right. Sometimes men have become very wise. When a woman denies a man a chance to see his or her children, a man doesn't argue, he just moves on. But in the mind knows that I have children, and at the end of the day, he will get them back. Let me tell you one thing, maybe you generally as women, as much as you would deny this man children and say you will get married somewhere and you will get with the children, the father will do whatever he will do and gain the heart and the love of his children that you left with. Why do I speak this? A number of a time, your wife you can separate and then not to give you the right to see the children. Know that the man cannot reach them. Know that the man cannot follow the protocol. You know, there's a custody, either with the mother of the children or with the father that has the right to see the children. Even if you go to anywhere, as a counseling psychologist, we have the code of the Children Act. What it states is that whether you separate or not, the children are not part of your separation or your divorce. Then what is there is that the father has entitlement or the mother to see the children. You are the mother of the father of the children, or the parents of the parents of the family of the father of the children or of the mother of the children. As well, any of you can buy them from seeing those children. Either the mother and the father and the sisters, brothers and of the wife or of the husband. And then the case comes here. People do ask me, some say, oh, if you have the right to see the children, then the children must reach at the age of 18. That law is non-existing. Nowadays, it's just to stay, that which allows that the children, at least if it's a boy child, then either the mother or the father is entitled to take this child at the age of 12. But if it's a girl child, at the age of 14. But apart from that, still, the father has the right to stay with the baby, even if it's a baby of a week, of a month, of 6 months. Mostly the constitution states of the 6 months. But the fact remains that if the father has the proof, or if the proof comes from the government psychologist that the mother of the child has either attempted to kill the child, or mental state of the mother is not stable, then the father is the second person that who has the right, or is as the first person to has the right to take the children. Not even the mother of the mother of the children, not even the parents or the sisters, is the father. What do I say? Maybe someone is not understanding me. This is a very crucial topic. I know many people have been going through these challenges. Who doesn't understand what the law says, the act of the law from Act 42, the panel. You know, they actually, before, as I'm talking of the act of the law, I will be talking also the penal. But before I come, you know, the act talks of what should be, and the penal code talks of what they actually penal all if one does these mistakes, what is entitled to, mostly means either to be jailed or to be fined, such a kind of things. Number one, as a husband and a wife, you have separated, and your children have been actually maybe one of the parents have neglected the mother of the children went with the children, and then a time the father wanted to have them, maybe you denied. Whether you stayed with them 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 1 year, 5 years, then the father decides that now I need my child. The father has the right to go to court, even before court, to go to the child department, and then to report that he has been denied from the rightful to see his children. Then the children's office or department will send the letter to the mother of the children to appear before them, and if he ignores, the second one will come, the third one will come. Then from there, even before the third one, she will be jailed force-free and charged in the court, the denial of to respond to the call from the children's department. And if she will be fined, because she can be jailed up to 3 to 5 years and a fine not exceeding 2 million. You can either be jailed and fined, or be fined, or be jailed, or put. That is what the act says, number 42. If you read the whole of it, what it's trying to say is that you cannot deny governments. You know, when you came together as marriage, whether it was Christian, it was tradition, name it, the fact remains you are binded by the law, and you have to be unbinded by the law. And this case, maybe to teach a number of women why sometimes we are suffering with children. You know, staying with a child all night, all day, the child is crying, is sick, he or she is sick every now and then you are denying the rightful father to take the responsibility. It is stupid, it is awful, it is nonsense than giving the rightful father the chance to take the care if he is willing. Because at the end of the day, whether the father comes to demand for the right of seeing the children after 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, the father will go through the processes before even it goes to court, because still the father has the right, or one of the party, whether it's the father who has the children or the mother, one of the party can go to the child's department. After that, can also decide not even to go to the child department and go to court. And in this case, to advise just women, you will never win the case of children. You hear that? You will never win the case of children unless the father decides. Because the case you can only win, either you can win to stay with the children up to the 12 years. And remember, the children will be asked, whom do you want to stay with? Apart from children being asked, after that time, the court, there are cases that which will dedicate whether the mother is in a stable to feed these children, number one, whether she's working with a proof, and then that if she's not working, mental state is not good, and also if she's abusive to the kid or ever attempted with a proof to kill, then the father of the child can have the child as at any age of the child, whether to 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, that is it. But still, the father has the right to see the child, whether it's 6 months, is 1 year, if he decides. Anytime you see a father is not demanding to see, know that he wants to give you a chance. You raise that child up to where you want. But when the father will pick him, he will, because the court will dedicate you or will actually direct you either to over, depends on how the father of the children will say, whether the father wants to see the children once in a week, twice in a week, even thrice in a week. And then you will agree whether you will be bringing the children, the father will be coming, or there's a place you will be bringing the children. That is the case. So I wanted to make it simple to you to understand that whatever you are doing as a woman, you are wasting your time. That's number one. Number two, maybe a case comes here when the children are there, then the father, the parents of the father of the children or they are demanding to have the children, or the parents of the mother of the children, they are demanding. The father can decide, or the mother, to buy those parents not to have the children. How? Because maybe you brought the children for the father, or for the wife has it, and then when you want to see, then she's saying that the children were taken by their grandmother or what, and the father is rightful one to see them. That can be a case, because you can use the law and then report that you don't want the grandparents of the child and even the sisters to see the child, and the court will give you a letter pairing them from seeing the children. You know, many people, they are doing things because they don't understand what the law states. But when you understand what the law says, you don't have to fight. If you do well understands what the law states, then you don't need to fight, because you will be wasting your money, your time and everything, because you will never change the law. And any allegation that you say, whether this mother wants or the father, or deny that it's not their children, you must have tangible proof. So a number of a time I look at things that going out, and I tell God, maybe it's good I learn this. A number of people have come to my church and asked me, as a professional now from the pastor side, in their marriages and all, even if, let me say this now, you are married with a baby in that marriage, and then you have children with your husband, your new husband, and then the husband is not. Now, the husband was taking care of the baby that you came in that marriage. Then it reaches a time you have your own children, then the husband denies, or the wife. Do you know what? Imagine the court will redirect you to continue taking care of those children. Even the time that you will separate, the court will put you together, and it will tell you with a certain percentage, depends with the hearing, that you will keep on taking care of this child or children that who your wife came with them in that marriage, because before you were taking care of them and you took them either as your own children or as the next of kin. That is how the law is it. Now, there's another case here. We have talked about either the father or the mother has the right to see the child regardless of the age of the child. So with that one, you don't need to argue. The law is there. If the father, maybe the wife went with the children or the mother of the children went with them and the father has not gone ahead, it's because the father has not is not willing or ready. And also in this court, you cannot say that this father has not been taking care of this child since I left that marriage. How can he demand now? That is a closed case. Whether he has been or he has not been, the time that he will want that baby, that is when he will be guided on the care that he will take. And a number of times, don't think that you will be told you do everything. No. Either depends what as a wife does and the father does. You will be put together and then given an opportunity. Either the wife will be taking care of maybe this and this and this, and the father will be given also his own responsibility. So both of you will be having a responsibility of that child. That is it. Maybe in that part I wanted to say, sometimes people say, you married me and these properties, we got them together. You see, if the properties is either in the name of the husband and all, whether both or what, it will, whether you are married by this man or not, the law ceased from saying that this property you will divide 50-50. What it means by saying that, what I'm trying to bring onto your mind is that whether you are married legally, illegally to that marriage, the husband or the father or your that the strange husband will say, either if he's the one that go as called, because okay, this property you can only divide when you are getting to marriage if you agreed and you wrote a consent that allows you that in case of anything, that's how we will divide. Out of my properties, I will give you as a wife maybe 50% and I'll remain with 50% or 20% or 10%. But if there is no written document or agreement, because most people don't get to marriage with a mind that we will divorce or we will separate. Everyone is getting to marriage with a mind like we will live together. And due to that, that's why you will realize that a number of a time, there's no written. That's why many cases are in court, people are fighting for the properties. But in that artful, you realize that now the husband by the court is directed to say what he feels like he wants to give out. And if the wife comes and say, we built this house together and this is what I contributed to the building of this house or to the property that we own, then the wife, she's entitled to get exact shares that she put or her input into that investment. But can I tell you, only with a proof, only with a proof, because as much as you can say you did this and that, you don't have a proof, you have no rightful way of owning the property or getting the share. Then that is why, you know, we are going according to the law. Remember, don't say, you know, this guy is a pastor or this guy is a council. We are following the law because these things are there and they will be there and they were there. Then it means, but a good husband can say, I will give half of my properties to my estranged wife, all 10% or 20% or 30%. Now the second will be, who will be staying with the baby? You will come back again, either the mother or if the father wants to take the children or the mother wants to take one of you, either the father will go again to court and they refile another case of staying the children. You know, there's a custody of children. A custody is being around. You can see the children anytime and whatever. If one of the parents of the children is denying one of the party. But now this is the case whereby you want to see the children. This is the case where you want to live with them. That is when now the law applies that the child must be 12 years or 14 years if it's a girl, or if a boy, 12 years. But still, this is the time you will apply again for the rightful of living with the children in the court, and the court will look a number of things that which will allow the one who will be staying with the children. And that is how the law dictates, and that's how the law works. So don't be misused. Don't be guided by the pride or by the friends or by anybody when it comes to family matters, whether there's the influence of your parents, influence of anybody. They can't help you. It is you and your estranged wife or husband that you will stand before the court of law and then declare, and that is when the court will take a decision. You understand? So that is it, and see you in the next episode.